The Canadian Grand Prix is right around the corner and there's a lot to discuss, so let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about Mercedes. After 2 consecutive races where Mercedes has been inching closer to the front with their recent upgrades, they're not slowing down. This weekend, they're introducing even more upgrades, including a new front wing specifically designed for the Canadian circuit. Mercedes is optimistic that this could be their chance to significantly close the gap to McLaren, Ferrari, and maybe even Red Bull. Do you think Mercedes can pull it off this weekend? Let us know in the comments. Speaking of Red Bull, there's been a lot of chatter about the new 2026 regulations from the FIA. These regulations are expected to bring some significant changes, including smaller and lighter cars. The big question is, how will these changes impact the teams, especially those like Red Bull, who have dominated the current cycle of regulations? There's a lot of speculation that teams like Ferrari and even individual engineers like Adrian Newey are waiting to see these new regulations before making any big moves. What are your thoughts on the new 2026 regulations? Will they shake up the grid? We'll have a whole video dedicated to that coming out pretty soon. Now onto some juicy driver market news. As we know, Esteban Ocon has been at the center of a lot of drama recently. Alpine has decided to let their reserve driver Jack Doohan take Ocon's seat for FP1 this weekend. This decision comes amid rumors that Alpine's team principal Bruno Famin wanted to suspend Ocon immediately following his crash in Monaco. However, due to legal complications, Ocon remains in the seat for now. It's clear that Alpine are keen to evaluate Doohan as a potential replacement for the next season. What do you think about this move? Is Doohan the right choice for Alpine? In other news, there's been a lot of speculation about Carlos Sainz's future. Rumor has it he might be considering a move to Williams, especially with the promising Mercedes engine project for 2026. Meanwhile, Valtteri Bottas could be heading to Williams if Sainz decides not to make the switch. It's a domino effect in the driver market and it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out. Do you think Sainz should take the Williams offer? How do you see Bottas' future unfolding? Now let's discuss the situation at Red Bull. The team has been making headlines for their decision to keep Sergio Perez despite his recent performance struggles. Red Bull, known for their ruthless approach in the past, seems to be shifting focus, possibly influenced by financial decisions and sponsorship deals. This change in strategy has left drivers like Liam Lawson in a tough spot, as opportunities within the Red Bull family seem to be dwindling. Do you think Red Bull's new approach will impact the competitiveness in the long run? Looking ahead to this weekend's Canadian Grand Prix, weather conditions are expected to play a significant role. The forecast predicts heavy rain on Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. This means teams will need to adapt quickly to the changing conditions, which could level the playing field. Max Verstappen has expressed concerns about the Red Bull's performance in these wet conditions, especially after a challenging weekend in Monaco. Will we see some surprises on the podium? Mercedes is another team to watch this weekend. They've been steadily bringing upgrades each race, and Canada is no exception. We already talked about that new front wing, and they're bringing other enhancements as well, looking to improve their performance even further. Lewis Hamilton, who has historically performed well at the Canadian Grand Prix, could be a strong contender, especially if the rain mixes things up. Can Mercedes capitalize on these upgrades and secure a strong finish? One last bit of controversy before we wrap up. The Canadian Grand Prix trophy this year is going to be designed by AI. This decision has sparked some debate as traditional designers are being replaced by computer-generated designs. While AI can create some stunning visuals, many feel that it lacks the cultural and historical significance that a human designer can bring. What do you think about this move? Is it a step forward or a loss of tradition? That's all for today's video. Make sure to check out the Charles Leclerc Home Race Hero merch, link in the description. It's soft, comfy, it's got a cool design. Check it out today. Also, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.